Hello there lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're going to have a look at 5 Mario games that never made it to our systems. For some reason or another, these games never made it to retail shelves, but thanks to the work of tireless individuals like Liam Robertson, we're able to showcase these puppies right in front of your eyeballs. Before we start though, massive thanks to Unseen64 for use of their footage and screenshots, otherwise this would have been a ruddy, boring video. But anyway, enough waffling, let's get right into it. This little number was discovered relatively recently and would have played in a similar manner to that of Super Mario Strikers. Super Mario Strikers was going to be a volleyball game developed by Next Level Games that included elements of wrestling thrown into the mix for some reason. The project never really got all that far, and some believe this was due to the inherently realistic violence of what was put forward. Some of the wrestling animations you can see here are very true to life, so it's possible that Nintendo weren't ultra keen to have their fun little characters be quite so rough with one another. It wouldn't be a video about cancelled Mario games if we didn't start treading the depths of depravity known as the Philips CDI. Mario Takes America was planned to be a 3D platformer type of game that took advantage of the CDI's disc format to use real locations in, you guessed it, America. Players would explore each level as Mario and guide him through pre-filmed environments to learn about the continent. That's right, this was an educational game not entirely different to Mario is Missing and Mario's Time Machine. Unlike these two, however, Mario Takes America fell into obscurity and the project was cancelled fairly early on in development. Thank Christ. You could argue that it's technically not a Mario game, but it's within the same general field, and we actually know a lot about this one, so shush. Intended as a sequel to Diddy Kong Racing and developed by Rare, Donkey Kong Racing was meant to evolve the formula laid out by its predecessor by involving more characters and distinctly living mounts. Then of course Rare was bought out by Microsoft in a move many people describe as being the biggest bloody mistake in the entire history of the gaming industry. The project was later reworked into a reboot of the Sabreman series for the Xbox 360 that involved an open world and mount riding called Sabreman Stampede. Again, this game never saw the light of day, but it looks like it could have employed some seriously interesting mechanics. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've just remembered that this video is supposed to be about Mario and not some obscure Rare character from the 1980s. Starting life as a direct sequel to Super Mario 64 for the 64 disk drive, Super Mario 128 was developed into a GameCube tech demo. The demo would have 2D Marios split into 128 smaller 3D Marios whilst the stage warped and twisted around them. The tech demo never amounted to a game in itself, but various bits and bobs of code made their way into games like Twilight Princess, Pikmin, Super Mario Galaxy, and even Metroid Prime. So, at the very least, it wasn't a total waste of time. This is a weird one. It was originally designed to be a sequel to Super Mario World, but, well, it died on its arse, so nothing really happened with it. Using more real-world locations such as Egypt, Greece, the Aztec, and most excitingly of all, a cave, Wacky Worlds actually showed a surprising amount of promise, considering it was supposed to be released on the Philips CDI. The game was planned to be made on a shoestring budget, and considering they wanted to create a traditional Mario game, that was perhaps a little bit short-sighted. The game never really got that far into development, but 3 prototypes are known to exist, one of which has been uploaded to the internet and can even be burned onto a CDI for use on its intended system. Could it have been a great game? Well, with a fair wind behind it and maybe a bit of a bigger budget, it may well have had a chance, but it didn't have either of these, clearly, so no. So there you have it, 5 Mario games that never saw the light of day for better or for worse. If you want to find out more about any of these games, then make sure you check out Unseen64 by clicking the link in the description. They really do some fantastic work, and without their tireless efforts, we really wouldn't have been able to do anything to do with this video, so well done chaps. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you pull the funding on that subscribe button, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching, bye bye. Starting off life as a direct sequel to Super Mario 64 developed for the 64 disk drive, Super Mario 128 started off life in the way that I just said, and I've just cocked up my line.